Oh, we got a doozy today. We're gonna get real and talk about just some real things, kind of have a reality check. Now, it's not meant to be discouraging. I'm meaning to encourage you and help you just like, hey, press on. But here's the trap. So many new writers will read a book and think, oh, screenplay stuff, I got that. I've got an idea for a movie. They've read a book, they sit down, they start writing, and they think, oh, I'm gonna be able to get done with this. I'll revise it, I'll polish it, I'll send it out, I'll sell it for $1 million. Everything's gonna be great. That's just not how it works. That's just not the reality. But if you're reading a lot of books, sometimes that's reality that it comes across. So we're going to talk about what are some realistic expectations that you should have as a screenwriter. Now, can you move faster through these? Of course you can. But for most people, this is kind of how it works. So we're just going to kind of do a gut check and just, help you slow down just a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. Like if you're finding value in the videos. I really, really do appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave comments, questions below. All that stuff. I really am just thankful for you. Thank you for doing that. So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump in. I want you to do two things. I want you to dream big. I want you to have big dreams. I want you to dream of seeing your name on the big screen or on the television show or on whatever it is, on the movie poster, like all that stuff, on the award trophy, all of it. I want you to imagine all that. I want you to dream big. But I also want you to stay grounded in reality and know this is hard. Screenwriting is hard. Telling stories for a living is hard. So don't delude yourself and think, oh, I've got this, because it's hard, it's challenging, but it's okay because you can do hard things, and I have faith that you can do hard things, so it's okay. But I still want us to kind of like, let's have a reality check here. First thing we should do is talk about different kinds of categories of screenwriters. Now, these are very broad. I'm being very general here, okay? So don't take what I'm saying as like hard and fast rules. This is just kind of as a general rule. If you are a beginning screenwriter, that means you've written less than 5 full scripts. Now, whether it's a TV script, a spec, original pilot, doesn't matter, or a feature-length film, doesn't matter. I am not counting short films. Short films are good to write and good for learning the tools, but that's not where most people want to land. Most people want to land in writing for TV or writing feature films, and those longer story forms are a bit more unwieldy than just writing a 10 or 20 page short. So if you've written, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scripts, even 0 scripts, you're in the beginner screenwriting group. Intermediate screenwriters are people that have written 6 to 10-ish scripts. So if you've written 6 to 10 scripts, you're in the intermediate range. You know how to finish a script, you know how to start one, you're starting to hone your abilities and working through things, you're getting a little faster at stuff, and it's in some ways a little easier for you to craft a story in your head, to imagine the story and get it on the page like you're seeing it in your head. So you're getting there. Third are the advanced screenwriters. These are people that have written more than 11. They're doing really well. They can process a story, they can pull a story apart, they can write a scene, they can imagine it in their head, they can write it. It's pretty much exactly like what they see. There are fewer drafts to have a complete story. It's just they're getting it. They know what tools to use, they know when to use them, they know why to use them. That's an advanced screenwriter. The fourth group are just the naturally talented writers. These are the people that can like, ooh, I think I'm going to tell a story. I think I want to write a screenplay. And they sit down and they write a screenplay and sell it. This is your Aaron Sorkins, your Tarantinos, your Shonda Rhimes. Like, that's who this group is. They're naturally talented, great writers. Not all of us play in the same league that they play in. A lot of us have to work at it. And most people, before you find success, you've written at least 10 scripts or so. So if you haven't written 10 scripts, you're not in the advanced stage. If you're like 6 to 10, you're intermediate. Less than 5, you're in the beginner stage. And I don't want that to discourage you. We all go through that. That's the process everybody goes through. Like, you start, you get better, and you learn things, and like, oh, okay, now I'm starting to understand this, and you start to figure out, oh, these are the kind of stories I need to tell. This is the kind of writer I am. And then you start telling those, and now you're going to start to find some professional success. Now, my channel is geared toward more of the beginners and the intermediate writers. I'm trying to give you information, questions that you're asking. I'm trying to give you those answers. I'm trying to help you get along the path a little faster. okay, to suss through all the noise that's out there about what should I do, what should I not do, what is this, what is that, I don't understand one, I don't understand main tension, I don't understand all that stuff, like what is that? I'm trying to help you understand that so you can tell stories faster. I want you to get to the intermediate and to the advanced stage faster. So that's what I'm doing here with this channel, and that's the kind of people I'm trying to talk to. So if that's you, then I'm talking to the right person. I want to help you, and I want to help you succeed. But I want you to slow down. If you're like, hey, I've read a few books, I've watched some YouTube videos, I'm going to write a script and sell it. Probably not. So you just need to slow down a little bit. And I want you to just kind of check yourself and just have a more realistic view of where you're at and what's going on. Now, does that mean you're not going to get there? Oh, no. If you can start having a realistic view of yourself, it's better in the long run because you don't take yourself so seriously. The notes you get on your stories, you don't take so personally, and they don't hurt so bad because you're trying to get better. I want to have a realistic view of where I'm at so that I know where I need to go to get to where I want to get to. But unless you're in the naturally talented group, which I'm guessing many of you are not, and that's okay because I'm not either, you can get there. It just takes the work, and I want you to just have a realistic view of where you're at. So the first thing I want to encourage you and remind you is that writing takes practice. It just takes practice. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to do it. Do exercises. Just write scenes. Try to write a short. Then try to write something longer. Try to write this. Try to write that. Practice does help you get better. So if you're not putting in the time to do the practice, you're not going to get there. Second, I want to remind you probably know this, but I want to remind you, writing is hard work. It's hard, but it's okay. You can do hard things. I have faith in you to do hard things. It's all good. Just put in the work. You got to do the practice. You got to do the work. Then the last thing you got to do, let me remind you got to be patient. Just be patient. You're going to get there. The thing is, when you're working on stuff, you're writing your scripts. As you're going along, it's hard to see your improvement. If I'm working on one script and I've just worked on that for a few months, it's hard to see have I actually gotten any better because I've been engrossed in the story. But if I go back and read something I wrote a couple of years ago, or even like 2 scripts ago, I can see a difference, and you will too. So if you're like, I just don't know if I'm getting any better, keep moving forward. Be patient. Trust the process. Put in the work. Put in the work. Do the practice. Do the practice. Be patient. I promise you're going to start to see results, especially when you start looking back at things you'd written. I mean, I look back at some of the first things that I wrote when I thought, oh, I've got this figured out. I've read some books. I'm all that. Oh, they're bad. Like, I don't even show anybody they're that bad. It's fine, and you're going to have stuff like that, and that's okay. The more you practice, the more you work at it, the more patient you are, the faster you're going to see you accelerate in your learning, and the faster you're actually going to get better just by trying to slow down. So absolutely dream big. Have the big dreams, but please keep your feet grounded in reality, okay? You just got to slow down, work hard, be patient, put in the practice, do all that stuff. You're gonna get there, I promise. And those dreams you have right now are probably gonna pale in comparison to what it ultimately ends up if you put in the work and you do what you're wanting to do. If you got questions about stuff, like I want to be helpful to you. So if you've got questions about things like, hey Jake, I'm wondering about this, or what about this, put them in the comments below. Okay, ask questions. If I can answer it in the comments, I will just reply and answer you there. If it's a bigger question, I'm probably going to deal with that in a future video, but put the questions there. If you're having questions, ask me. I am doing these because I'm trying to remember, like, oh, this is what it was like when I was starting out, and these are questions I had, and if I had this information, no, things would have been so much better. But if you have specific questions, put them below, and I will try to deal with them as best I can and in a way that is helpful to you. Hopefully this has still been helpful to you, and hopefully it's been encouraging to you. You can do it. I know you can do it. You just got to put in the work. It's going to be okay. You're going to get there. So, and if you found value in this or in any other videos, please be sure to like them, like this one, subscribe if you haven't, hit the bell so you're notified of new ones. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you for telling stories. And I look forward to hearing the stories you tell. And when you tell a story that matters. See you later.